What is happening at Saturn shocked the scientists. Saturn is our solar system's sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest planet. For more than a decade, NASA's Cassini probe shared the wonders of Saturn and its family of frozen moons, transporting us to realms where methane rivers flow into a methane sea and jets of ice and gas blast material into space from a liquid water ocean that may contain components for life. The mission of the space probe was full of experiences, and now I will take you on an incredible and shocking journey to Saturn. So fasten up your seatbelts and let's start with our topic. In a joint effort between NASA, the European Space Agency, and the Italian Space Agency, the robotic spacecraft Cassini was sent to Saturn. Cassini was an advanced robotic spacecraft that was sent to study Saturn and its intricate system of rings and moons in unprecedented detail. Launched in 1997, Cassini arrived at the ringed planet in 2001. It is also home to amazing moons like Titan, which is stunningly beautiful with the rings surrounding it. Cassini was on a long mission to investigate Saturn in particular. The Cassini spacecraft used planet flybys to accelerate and change course in order to get to its goal, Saturn. The fact that the radio waves carried from Earth to Cassini were bent by the Sun's gravitational field and delayed their arrival was one of the most important findings made during the mission of the Cassini space probe. On October 15, 1997, Florida skies were illuminated by the fiery exhaust of a Titan IV-B Centaur rocket carrying the Cassini spacecraft. But Cassini wasn't his only passenger. Instead, it was accompanied by the European Huygens probe, which became the first human object to land on an object. In the distant outer solar system, Cassini-Huygens was one of the largest interplanetary spacecraft ever built. The entire space capsule had a launch mass of 5,000 kilograms, making it challenging to reach Saturn in one shot. Due to this, a heavy spacecraft had to perform multiple gravity assists to increase its speed. Hence, Cassini met several solar system bodies in its voyage to Saturn. Almost 6 months after its launch on April 25, 1998, Cassini performed a flyby of Venus, followed by another in 1999. These flybys provided enough momentum for the spacecraft to cross the asteroid belt. But after the Venus flyby, the Sun's gravity pulled the space probe back into the inner solar system, giving the spacecraft a chance to revisit its home planet. Cassini made a gravitational assist flyby of the Earth almost 2 years after its launch. It was a risky encounter given the amount of radioactive fuel that was present in the craft. During this flyby, Cassini took several photographs of the Earth and the Moon. The Earth flyby increased the spacecraft's velocity by 5.3 kilometers per second, allowing it to escape the Sun's gravitational pull and proceed to its destination. Following this, Cassini became the seventh spacecraft to cross the asteroid belt. Finally, on December 30, 2000, Cassini made its closest approach to Jupiter. It took about 26,000 images of the gas giant. During the 6-month flyby, it sent out faint rings in its moon. Moreover, Cassini produced one of the most detailed global color Jovian portraits available to date. Furthermore, the image of the planet's volcanically active moon, Io, with Jupiter in the background, is a beautiful moment captured by Cassini. In 2003, mission scientists measured how radio waves sent from Earth to Cassini and received back again were deflected by the Sun. In addition, they measured how the round-trip time changed due to motion of the Earth and the spacecraft. Eventually, the data provided by Cassini firmly supported Einstein's general theory of relativity and helped improve the existing accuracy to about 1 part in 51,000. After traveling for a few more months, Cassini made its final approach to the ringed world. In February of 2004, the leak of astonishing observations of Saturn's system began. The Cassini-Huygens mission discovered 7 new moons orbiting the ringed body. On June 11, 2004, Cassini flew by the moon Phoebe. Images taken by the space probe revealed parts of the heavily cratered surface of Phoebe that shone brightly. The images suggested a large amount of water ice exists beneath the surface. After a 7-year voyage, Cassini has arrived at Saturn and completed the necessary orbit. As a result, Cassini became the first spacecraft to ever orbit Saturn on July 1, 2004. The largest moon of Saturn, Titan, was the target of Cassini's first flyby 1 day following its orbit insertion. Cassini released the Huygens probe to investigate Titan on December 25, 2004, after the probe had taken a large number of images of Titan's lakes. On January 14, 2005, Huygens entered the atmosphere of Titan and after a 2.5-hour descent, landed on the planet's surface. Huygens landed on Titan and discovered the methane seas. This was the first discovery of lakes existing anywhere besides Earth. Although scientists are still figuring out the origin of the enormous amount of methane, there's a possibility that Titan seas may host living organisms. Huygens was designed to gather data for a few hours on Titan's atmosphere. Cassini continued exploring Saturn and its moon. Cassini was now starting at the solar system's coldest moon. Enceladus, the spacecraft, observed the water ice geysers erupting from the icy moon's south pole and discovered a deflection in the icy moon's local magnetic field. The probe made multiple flybys of Enceladus, indicating the presence of an internal salty ocean in contact with the moon's rocky core. Along with Enceladus, Cassini discovered oxygen on Dione and hydrocarbons on Hyperion. The mission also found that the dark patches on the Leptis were due to the heating caused by the sun, thereby solving a 300-year-old lunar mystery. Some of the strongest storms in our solar system can be found on Saturn. So, how did Cassini manage to miss them? On October 25, 2012, Cassini observed the devastation left behind by the enormous Great White Spot, a superstorm that is known to occur on Saturn about every 30 years. The storm produced 100 times more effluent gas than was previously thought to be possible for Saturn. The beautiful ring system that has been around the planet for millions of years is slowly dissipating, according to NASA. If you have ever looked through the eyepiece of a telescope at Saturn, you know that its rings are one of the most stunning sights in our solar system. So, hearing that the rings are beginning to deteriorate at an alarming rate is both shocking and sad. What caused Saturn's tragedy is not the end of this issue. A new NASA study finds that Saturn's rings are disintegrating at the maximum rate predicted by decades of Voyager 1 and 2 data. Is there any way out of this situation? Let's find out. What does this mean for the ringed planet and our solar system? Is there any way out? The sun's rays and incoming micrometeorites disturb the dusty ring particles, which cause them to become charged. Scientists say that over time, ring rain and other events will erode the distinctive feature that distinguishes Saturn from the rest of the solar system until there is nothing left. It is a good idea to keep in mind that this will take time. The atoms will transform into spheres that will spiral around Saturn's magnetic field lines in a split second. Gravity then drags the particles into the planet's clouds when they are too close to the planet's apex, where they evaporate. While astronomers are aware that Saturn's rings are disappearing, they don't fully understand these bands, particularly how they can be there in the first place. So humans on Earth still have plenty of time to appreciate and study them. With new space missions, scientists hope to learn more about these signals and the behavior of Saturn. What do you think about the signals? Let us know in the comment section below. Cassini did everything that scientists asked it to do and helped them understand the strange and weird features of the ring planets. If you find this video interesting or informative, I would appreciate a like, a comment, and a subscription. And if you enjoyed the video a lot, please consider sharing it on social networks. Bye friends, and see you soon.